Hi, everyone. My name is Doreen Pina-Pena. I'm a second generational Cape Verdean American from New Bedford, Mass. And I am the creator or the author of the book Conversational Cape Verdean Creole for Everyone, and also the app, which is Conversational Kriolu, which is available in the Apple Store or Google Play. Today, I wanted to talk about the reason that I created these resources. And it stems back from a trip that I took to Cape Verde right after my mom passed. I had something inside me that just wanted to connect with a family member on the island. I thought that would be so great. I guess, when you lose something, you want something more better. So I went to Cape Verde, couldn't get around because I didn't speak Creole. On the plane, a stewardess came up and asked if I was Cape Verdean, where I probably said yes. I never identified as anything else but Cape Verdean. So she started speaking in Creole. I didn't understand what she was saying. When I told her that, she couldn't understand how you could be Cape Verdean and not know your language. She brought the pilot over there, both asking me questions. I'm thinking, who's flying the plane? But like she said, you stay here until you learn your language. And I was like, I wish I could. The second trip was in 2016, and I was teaching in a school, teaching English in a small school in Praia. And the young receptionist there, she spoke English because she was coming to America to do her college education. She invited me to her home. Her mom, her dad, her brother were there. They didn't speak any English, but we communicated. We laughed, we ate, we had fun, and we got our message across the best way we could. Shortly after dinner, an aunt came, and she was told I didn't speak Creole, and she blurted out some expression. I knew it wasn't nice. And I asked the young girl, like, what did that mean? Because I've heard it before. And she was embarrassed, but I said, it's okay. I want to know what it means. And she said, it means lazy. That hurt me. I laughed, but it hurt because losing our language was nothing to do with laziness. It had to do with survival, assimilation, and also just being, an immigrant. Imagine coming over here in the 1800s. The United States is a lot different than Cape Verde, and I don't think people understand that culture. Like when I got off the plane, the first thing that hit me was like, wow, this is great. This is a society run by brown people. Like my defense against racism, like in America, dropped. I could just breathe and everybody knew what I was, I thought, until I opened my mouth. And after dealing with what are you, like, are you Hispanic? Are you whatever? Nobody knows what Cape Verdeans are in North Carolina. I was thinking I'm going home, everybody. I'm so welcome. And they were welcome and they just didn't understand. So when I got back, I'm like, I need to learn my language. I took classes. I found resources. There were really not that many. There were no online classes at the time. So I couldn't find, I created. I wanted a resource that was in both English and Creole, and also that it had a audio. That was so important to hear the authentic speaker because I'm in North Carolina, so I don't have anybody speaking Creole around me. I chose Praia because it's the capital and the organization, Alapec, is formalizing the language. So my grandparents are from Brava, but my mother was the president of um, a Cape Verdean club in New Bedford, and the women were all from different islands, but they communicated in Creole. So I was thinking, like, if you learn one resource where you can communicate basically, that you can go to Brava, you could go to Fogle, you could go to Saint Vincent, and that was the goal. So it was difficult. I hired an excellent engineer. I had to authentic prior people doing the voices of Pina and Bean. And my teacher, she was from Prior as well, and she was wonderful. So it came together, and I know more than Kumfiat and fast dance. So if you are, like me, a heritage learner, which is someone who is trying to connect back to their culture and learn their language with no shame, we're not trying to be perfect. We're not trying to take over the language, from the gatekeepers. We're just trying to take back what was stolen from us over time, over history. I thank you if you have downloaded or bought the book. I appreciate it. If you haven't, check it out. You can download the introduction lesson with the app, within the app, and it's free. You can check out what it looks like. I think it's wonderful, but I'm biased. But I want to thank you, obrigado, and I'm going to say ciao, fica dentro, which is goodbye, stay well, and those are things that I learned. So join us on our journey to bridge the gap between a heritage learner in our country and reclaim our language. I love you. Take care and stay safe. Bye.